Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. Today marks the end of my first week off for January, and it's been pretty good. I gotta say, it's always very weird at first. When you go from like working basically every day for months, and then suddenly you just are not working. It feels kind of wrong. Like on like Wednesday, it's like, shouldn't I be doing something? You know? I'm wasting time just sitting here playing video games. That's kind of how it feels. But before long, you settle into the new groove, and it just feels good. So
between the two of us, how could we fail?
What if they run off without us?
Don't worry, I have a plan for
so
that.
I'm not, of course, entirely on break. I still actually have yet to finish the Final Fantasy XIV video. It's nearly there. But as soon as it became clear that I wasn't going to finish it by January 1st, I was like, alright, we'll just let it sit. So I didn't even touch the video this whole week.
Escort the payload.
The payload advances.
I just, yeah, completely went on a break. And I also, you know, said I was going to do that Lovecraft thing, but that's going to be at the end of the month. And that doesn't take too long.
Hi, got it.
And then I did kind of start recording some footage for Final Fantasy Tactics, because I'd like to make that into a video. But that's a potential issue, I suppose, with turning my hobby of playing video games into a job. And I definitely have sympathy for some streamers. Because you might not really feel like playing a specific game at a specific time. And that kind of ruins it a little bit. So I haven't really felt like playing Final Fantasy Tactics that much. Just because I've been playing so much Fire Emblem lately. But you kind of just gotta force yourself to do it, if that's the job. And I'm aware I'm on break, so it's not really something I have to do. Thank you. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. But originally I'd said I'd like to, try and do that Final Fantasy Tactics video this month while I was off as like a trial run. But I don't know. I don't even know if I'll play through the game before the end of January.
Keep fighting. Sweet dreams. Don't fret. I see you.
So we'll see about that. It's obviously not a priority. No one is expecting this, so it's not a big deal if it doesn't happen.
Letting out the welcome. Get in there. Watch out! I'm boiling hot.
Your end is within my reach.
But yeah, I mean the other stuff will all happen. Suck, Anna.
Taste of poison. Healing you.
Enemies here.
Installed and ready to go.
Hey.
Not the first, not the last. Surrender to my will.
Nice. So that's that. Tomorrow on the Exploring Series is going to be the Rainbow Serpent combined 2 parts. I don't know. It's a couple hours. On this channel, obviously Fire Emblem continuing. We're on Fates now. After Fates is Echoes. After Echoes is 3 Houses, and after 3 Houses is Engage, and we are done then. So that's less than 4 games that need to be uploaded. 11 videos, I think. So yeah, we're nearing the end of the little Fire Emblem journey we went on. Really, really, really glad I did that, though. I don't know what will be after that. It's either going to be something else that I discover I want to play, or we've got a lot of old stuff. It might end up being the Gloomhaven fan expansion, but that's really long, and I don't know if anyone's really that interested in seeing me. Although, the funny thing with, like, the videos I've done for various tabletop simulator games, I get comments all the time from people that are like, oh, that Discord link's no longer available. Where'd you get this, you know, mod? Where'd you get the game? Can you send it to me, please? It's like, no, I don't care to do any of that stuff. But obviously there is an interest somewhat in tabletop simulator stuff. And I'm sure there's somewhat of an interest in the Gloomhaven fan expansion.
3, 2, 1.
But it is many videos, because it was quite a long experience. Yeah, no healer, that's what's gonna happen. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe I want to do some more some other Factorio playthrough or something. I'd like to get to Industrial Revolution 3 sometime. Sounds pretty fun. I don't know. TBD is all I can say about that. Factorio is mostly what I've been playing this whole week. Now that my mind has been cleared, and I'm back to playing video games again. I went right into Factorio. Spent a good amount of time with that. Why do I get fucking Anna again?
Let the dragon consume you.
And yeah, that's basically it. Not much else going on. It's just been a nice break. Like I said before, I don't think much is coming out that interests me a whole lot in January. So might finally start playing Spider-Man 2 after that passed me by.
The payload's moving. About time.
My enemies all like snowflakes.
And because I finally watched Across the Spider-Verse.
Cut the pain.
Which was really good. I definitely liked it. Although I did not know... I think I knew at some point, but I had forgotten that it was like a part 2. Or, you know, like it was to be continued. So the ending was very sudden to me. I was like, oh boy, there's a lot going on. How are they going to wrap all this up? And then they didn't. I don't know how much I like this trend. Obviously, it's clear that nowadays people are interested in longer form stories.
Let the dragon consume you.
You know, like, in the old days, we had mini-series, which were, you know, a multi-night event. But now we just have, you know, they'll just do like season 1 of a show on Netflix or something, and it's sort of a mini-series, maybe a little bit longer, but it leaves it very much open to, oh, you know, there could be more of this.
You're powered up. Get in there.
And now we're getting all these multi-part movies to be continued all over the place. What did we have? We have Dune. I mean, Dune, Across the Spider-Verse, Avengers was basically a part 1, part 2. Fucking Fast and the Furious even leaves you on a to be continued. Like, they're not afraid to do that sort of stuff nowadays. The Hobbit movies.
The payload's moving. Parfait.
All sorts of shit.
Payload is advancing.
And obviously we have plenty of movies that are just a standalone movie. But it seems like everything is just leave it open. leave it open at best. At worst, just like set it up completely for the next film. And sometimes you don't even get that next film. Like, you remember Divergent? Remember that series? That set it up for like a part 2 for the finale that never happened. And I don't really care, although I did see, I think, all those movies. That was during the time when we had the Bistro Theater, where you got to eat dinner at the theater. And so basically any film that my family wanted to go see, I would go because I just wanted dinner. So I saw all the Divergent. I don't know what this rant is I'm doing. I mean, it was about Across the Spider-Verse. I don't really mind, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna watch the next one. The next one's gonna get made, and there's not real much doubt. I think it actually comes out soon, right? But yeah, it was just kind of a startling thing that just don't know if it would have happened that much 20 years ago. Trying to think of any good examples from like 20, 30 years ago of just like, yeah, to be continued. Come watch the next movie. Like, a series, like, it often ends on cliffhangers. That happens all the time. That's happened for decades. But a movie ending on a cliffhanger. I mean, other than the movie cliffhanger. Well, I guess, yeah. Well, I'm seeing now what I need to correct myself. Not ending on a cliffhanger, because people are bringing up, like, The Thing, which ends on, like, ambiguity. I don't know if that's a cliffhanger. The term cliffhanger is literally just, like, something, you know, a film, a show, whatever, a plot ending with someone hanging onto a cliff. And I guess you could have just a cliffhanger that's intentionally unresolved. But it always seemed like just a dramatic device to encourage people to return. Like, that's the whole function of the cliffhanger. Whereas, like, The Thing just has an ambiguous ending. I don't think that's necessarily a cliffhanger. So what I mean is a movie that ends in a cliffhanger with the intention of there being a resolution to the cliffhanger at a future time. And I think it's happened, of course, in the past. Well, it's actually happened a lot, where movies kind of end with the intention of having a sequel. But what we're seeing nowadays is not like, it's not like optimism about there being a sequel. Like, oh yeah, this movie's going to do well and we're going to get a sequel and it's going to be great. What we're seeing now is a story deliberately cut in like half or more. And the studio is like, yes, this is how we're going to release this in multiple parts. This is what's going to happen. Whereas, like, you see horror movies are also, I mean, the ones that pissed me off the most was, God, now I can't even remember the name of it. It was a horror movie with Timothy Olyphant. and Rhoda Mitchell. Why am I blanking on the name of this film? The Crazies. Yeah. I really liked The Crazies when it came out. I still like it because I really like Timothy Olyphant and Rhoda Mitchell. I think that it's really good. It's a remake, blah, blah, blah. But I really liked it. And it ended on like a really cool cliffhanger, I guess, or ambiguous ending, I suppose. That really seemed to imply a sequel. But it was just another one of those things where they're optimistic about there being a sequel in the hopes that it does really well. But I guess you could also look at that ending as just being another ambiguous ending like The Thing. Like, there was never meant to be a sequel to The Thing. It wasn't a story that was cut into parts or anything like that. So I guess in that sense, it's fine. I just wanted more of The Crazies, I suppose. I just wanted to see where that story went. Whereas The Thing, I guess I didn't really need to see more. Like, it was a really good ending. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe The Crazies just had an unsatisfying ending. I don't know. If you want more of a story, does that mean the ending wasn't good enough? Or was it just such a good story? I don't know. Something to ponder. What am I even talking about? See, this is what happens when I don't work on stuff. My mind just unravels. Just unravels on its own. But yeah, so we're gonna get more Fire Emblem. We're gonna get more Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I started that up again, so that's gonna be continuing on. For better or for worse, you know, maybe it would behoove me to wait on Rogue Trader due to bugs and things like that, but it seems okay. The Steam rating though is mostly positive, which might be their worst. No. Wrath of the Righteous recent reviews is mostly positive, but all reviews very positive. How is... Wait, what? Wait, what? Kingmaker isn't listed under Owlcat Games? It's weird. Oh, but Kingmaker, recent reviews mixed. All reviews mostly positive. Yeah, I mean, Kingmaker has its issues, I guess, but it's pretty fun. So, yeah, if it's as good as Kingmaker, it's good enough for me. What? Yeah, okay. And on Two Brothers Play, we ditched our archipelago run, mostly because we knew we weren't going to finish it last night, and we didn't really want to drag it out much more than that. So we knew we weren't going to finish it anyways, and we were like, we both want to play Warptorio, so let's just do that. So that's what we did. But last night's Warptorio run was not too hot, because we played with the Warptorio expansion again. It's just a mistake. Don't do it. It's just a big mistake. It just is more annoying than anything. So... And it's a bummer because the Warptorio expansion seems to, like, add or adjust a few things to Warptorio itself that are just, like, better, that are just kind of like a quality of life, that should just be part of the base mod, but it's all wrapped up in the expansion, which is overall kind of shitty. That annoys me. But yeah, we're going to start over on Wednesday, no expansion, and it should just be a fun time. But I'm sure we'll be back to Archipelago before long. And I have an upcoming on the 20th. I'm doing a LAN party at my house again. I think there's 5 of us, I think. Doing some sweet Archipelago action. And that should be, I mean, I would stream it, but that's really more work than it's probably worth. I'm not a person that has like a dedicated stream setup or anything like that. So it would just, I have enough work setting up all the computers and all the games and stuff. But I'm sure I'll talk about it. It should be a good time. All right. Anyways, so more Fire Emblem, more Rogue Trader, some Warp Torio in there. Eventually, there will be more best games of all time once I build up the willpower to finally just play Devil May Cry for like 20 minutes. And then we have Rainbow Serpent, both parts combined over on the Exploring series. And that'll do it. So, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. I'll see you fine folks next week.